Hi Year 2, hope you're all okay. Our what today is to design a card with a simple slider mechanism. So if we remember, a mechanism is a device to create movement, okay? So our card is going to have some movement and it's going to move as a slider. So a slider is a bar that moves in a straight line. So the movement that our card will do is either up or down or from left to right. Okay, so if we are designing a card, we need to think about which way we want our card. Okay, so I'm going to fold a piece of paper in half like this and crease it down. So do I want my card to be portrait or do I want my card to be landscape? So I'm going to decide that I want my landscape. Okay, so although this is our plan, I'm going to use this piece of paper because on one half I can draw the background of my card, okay, and then the other half I can draw my slider mechanism. So the slider, so it could be the gingerbread man or the car, it could be anything that you want. That will be on our second part. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to design my background, and I'm doing my card to my niece because I haven't seen her in a very long time and I do miss her. I have spoken to her on FaceTime, but it's not quite the same. So I'm going to create a card for my niece, and my niece loves mermaids. Okay, she's only 3, but she really loves mermaids. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw an ocean scene, and then my slider will be a mermaid going along, so it's swimming along in the sea. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I am going to design the background for my card. Okay, so I'm just going to move that there, and I'm going to put my piece of paper here. So I want to think about how I want to do it. So I know that on the seabed it is a little bit sandy. So here is my seabed. Obviously all of this will be covered in blue. Okay, I'm not going to do that now because it could take quite a while to colour in my seabed and the rest of the water for the sea. But then I'm going to draw the other bits that I might find in the sea. So I might find some rocks. Okay, so I could colour those in. Okay, these are my rocks. I'm just roughly doing it, but I know that you do it a lot neater. I might find some reeds, so I can use the green to do the reeds. Okay. So these are my reeds. I'm doing it ever so quickly, but I know that you would be more careful. Okay, so here they are, my reeds. Okay, there might be some in a slightly different colour as well. I might do like that. Okay, I know that there are fish in the sea, so I'm just going to pick any colour that I would like, and I'm going to draw some fish. So here they are swimming in the sea, and I would colour them in. Okay, I am doing it quickly, but you get the idea. Okay. Here they are, quickly colour it in. Okay, so that when I've coloured all of the background in, you will see that it does look like the sea. I also might put an octopus here, but you get the idea. Okay, so this is my backdrop. This will be the background of my card. So I have that, I have done that. I then need to decide and draw my slider mechanism. Okay, so whereabouts is my slider mechanism going to go? And I'm going to draw that as a line. So I want my mermaid to swim along the sea, swim in the sea. So I'm just going to draw along here. And when it comes to doing my card, this is where I will cut along. Okay, and that's how my mermaid would move along. So I have that. But I also now, so I've got my backdrop, I also need to decide what character is going to be on my slider. And of course I said that my niece loves mermaids, so I am going to draw my mermaid here. So we'll give it a go and see how we get on. Okay, so I'm going to roll this up a little bit because it will be easier if I'm doing it right. So I'm going to start my mermaid. She will have a tail like this. Okay, it will be bigger on here than it will be on my card, otherwise it would take up the whole card. I have to remember that our slider character will be on a small piece of paper. Okay, so here it is. I would colour it in. I would then need to give her a body and some arms, just doing this really quickly. Then she'd need a head, and then she would have lovely curly hair. Okay, so this is my character. So my design, which is what my block was, to design a card with a simple slider mechanism, I have got the background for my card, I have got where my slider mechanism will go, and I have got the character for my slider. Okay, so what I would really like you to do, Year 2, is to design a card with a simple slider mechanism. So I would like you to decide upon which way you want your card to go. Is it going to be portrait or is it going to be landscape? Okay, and I would like you to draw your background. So if you were doing it as a portrait card like this, okay, what you will need to do is you will need to have your piece of paper like this, and then you do one side, which is your background, and the slider character the other side. Okay, if you are doing it landscape like then obviously landscape to draw your background, and then the next half to be your slider character. So what I would really like you to do is to design your own card. Okay, so you need to design the background, and you need to design a slider character, and you need to mark on your background where your slider will go. So that's the first thing that I'd really like you to do. And then what we'll do is we'll use this tomorrow when we move on to the next part. So we look forward to seeing your designs of your card, Year 2, and we will need those tomorrow when we come on to our next part. So, okay, look forward to seeing them on Dojo. See you soon. Bye.